Welcome back to the Basic Training Podcast, where I, your host, Brittany B, talk about the preparation that we have to go through in order to get to the assignment that God would have for us. So, last episode, we talked about the difference between faith goals and flesh goals. Today, we're talking about something similar. We're talking about the power of starting over, but we're not just starting over alone, using the old ways, old methods, the old tactics. We're not talking about that. We're talking about starting over with God. Okay? It's one thing to start over on your own. It might fail again. But then it's another thing to start over with God, and it might take off. It might blow up. So starting over feels like a setback when you're starting over on your own. It feels like you took 2 steps forward just to take 2 steps back. And sometimes it could feel like that with God, but He knows the beginning to the end. He sees what we don't see. And so our foundational scripture is Isaiah 43:18 through 19. This is NIV. It says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Forget the former things. Don't go back to the old tactics. Don't go back to the old ways that you used to do things. God is doing a new thing, and you have to be a willing participant in the new thing that God is doing. Okay? This is all a part of starting over with God. So why does no one like starting over? Here's what I think. It is the fear of failing again. If we don't start over, we won't fail. And we don't like failing because failing has a negative connotation on it. And then we have a fear of being seen failing because we don't want to feel like a failure in front of other people's eyes, because we have, what's the word? We're looking for validation. And when we're doing good things, we don't get that validation when we're failing. Okay? The other thing is we have low self-esteem. And then also letting go of what didn't make space for what does work. When we start over, we don't want to let go of what could have been, what should have been, what possibly worked for what will work. Okay? So I have an example of starting over. So I joined Mary Kay 2023, I think. And I promise you, I done started over like 3 times. And here's the thing. I had a lack of confidence. I was feeling like it just wasn't going to work out. So why should I keep doing something that I feel like is not going to work out? Although that is where God placed me. That is what God introduced me to. He showed me what could happen. How good it could possibly get. Also, I couldn't see what others were seeing in me. This is just everyday life. People see the you that God is trying to introduce you to before you see what God is trying to introduce you to. It's life, right? And then also, I was leaning on my own understanding. I was trying to do it my way, the way that I thought that it was supposed to be done. But no, God said we're doing it this way. You're serving people. You're not just going to be in it for the money. You're going to be helping other people. This is the new thing. So I have to forget the old thing, forget my old ways, so that I can step into the new. It's better to start over than to keep doing something that no longer serves you. So in the last episode, I talked about how the old goals worked or didn't work back then. So why keep doing something that no longer is going to serve you? It's not serving you, but it might be serving somebody else, because they preying on your downfall, not PRAY, PREY. So why keep doing something that no longer serves you? Okay? So why should you start over? You get a clearer vision. You're shifting from the old to the new. What if it all works out? What if it all works out for your good? Okay? And you get a new drive and passion for the new thing. I have a new drive, a new passion for Mary Kay, that to the point where I'm posting more consistently, get your words together, on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm doing skincare, I'm doing makeup. Like, I have a different passion and a different drive to do Mary Kay, because at this point, if God won't do it, it just won't get done. Okay? So, what are some signs that you need to start over? Nothing's working out. You have the wrong motives. You're out of alignment. When you are out of alignment, you are out of the will of God. Okay, so you have to get realigned with the will of God for your life. And lastly, there's no peace. You have zero peace. So here are 5 ways to start over. Number 1, you pray. Ask God to help you build and rebuild differently. Ask Him, what is your purpose? What is His plan for your life? Okay. Number 2, reflect. What did these things in the last season teach you so that you can move differently in the new season? Number 3, release. Let go of the guilt, the comparison, the unrealistic expectations, the unrealistic goals. Let go of those things. Number 4, realign. You have to realign yourself with the will of God so that you do what He is asking you to do and not what you want to do. And number 5, take one more step. Starting over is not bad. It's the fact that you don't start over. That's the problem. Because you don't realize the power of starting over. What blessing is waiting for you on the other side? Who do you need to reach? What lesson do you need to learn in starting over? There is power in starting over with God. So I want you to reflect on this question. What is something you need to start over in this season? What is something that God is asking you to start over? What does He keep bringing back to you, bringing back to your remembrance, and you keep brushing it off like, nah, the Lord didn't say that. He didn't bring that back to my remembrance. That's just my thoughts. Okay, what is He bringing you back to time and time again? Because there is something that He needs to reveal, to do in and through you, but you have to take one more step and start over with Him.